Breaking news. It is reasonable to question if Paul Triple H Levesque, who is currently serving as Chief Content Officer of World Wrestling Entertainment, was involved in the recent departures. The sports entertainment behemoth has lost 3 stars: Indy Hartwell, Baron Corbin, and Tegan Nox. Tegan Nox was the only one of the 3 stars who wasn't appearing on any TV shows. Baron Corbin and Indy Hartwell in particular were stunning. Just recently, Baron Corbin acknowledged that he was featured in the Netflix ad before he left. Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae were regulars on the show, and on the day of LeRae's departure, they competed on a pre-tape of SmackDown. While Fightful Select notes that Triple H isn't directly involved, they do say that Baron Corbin and Tegan Nox have been absent from televised appearances as of late. Reportedly, Triple H would not have let them leave if the firm had substantial creative ideas for them, so it's safe to assume that they weren't part of those plans. The fact that Mustafa Ali was supposed to win the NXT North American Championship last year but was instead released from the roster is worth mentioning, however. Therefore, at any moment, plans might alter. When Baron Corbin, a past winner of Money in the Bank, transferred to NXT last year, Shawn Michaels was a huge assistance. He freely confessed that his appearance on Tuesday's broadcast revived him. Interviewed by WrestleMania Wwe not long ago, the Lone Wolf remembered asking Triple H directly whether he could remain in NXT. Even though his first contract was just for 2 months, he accepted an offer to stay on longer since he loved working there. Having Shawn Michaels as a mentor was important to him, and he did not want the WWE Chief Creative Officer to get in the way of his plans. After making the switch to SmackDown in 2024, Corbin teamed up with Apollo Crews to create a tag team. On the other hand, the Blue Brand's weekly programs seldom ever used them. Rumors have been circulating that Triple H, WWE's Chief Content Officer, CCO, had a major influence in the unexpected departure of many superstars in recent months, which has shocked the wrestling industry. In his role as creative director, Triple H has been instrumental in guiding WWE into a new age of narrative and in-ring performance via the cultivation of talent and smart storytelling. Nevertheless, fans are curious about Triple H's role in the roster reshuffling that WWE is doing as it tries to compete with the expanding professional wrestling and entertainment industries. He is a creative genius who places a premium on character arcs that span several seasons. But these departures have taken the WWE Universe by surprise and have them wondering about his decision-making and WWE's long-term plans. This investigation will examine the speculation about Triple H's involvement in these transitions, the possible reasons for specific departures, and the ways in which his influence is changing WWE's vision. How WWE's roster has changed under Triple H. The initial wave of unexpected departure. Fans could feel Triple H's influence the moment he took over WWE's creative direction. Kevin Owens, Johnny Gargano, and even the contentious return of Bray Wyatt demonstrated his commitment to the development of WWE narrative, while superstars who had stalled under prior management suddenly found fresh impetus. Under Triple H's guidance, some superstars thrived, while others encountered new difficulties or were eventually benched. Although at first glance some of the departures seemed like the usual roster shakeup, it quickly became clear that a pattern was developing. Popular wrestlers who hadn't completely embraced the new era of WWE narrative were being fired. Given Triple H's history of developing talent, many fans assume these choices aren't taken lightly. They believe that WWE is undergoing a strategic rethink in an effort to strengthen its position against new organizations like AEW, and reorient its creative emphasis. A slew of superstars with distinct fan bases and wrestling styles have recently left WWE, including Dolph Ziggler, Shelton Benjamin, and Mustafa Ali. Releases of these famous wrestlers by Triple H, who is renowned for his love of letting them show off their individual capabilities, have caused quite a stir. Do you think these departures indicate a change in WWE's strategy for developing talent and the kind of stories that will shape the brand moving forward? An act of balance between creative vision and business strategy. Triple H's reported involvement. Triple H, in his role as Chief Content Officer of WWE, is accountable for creating compelling narratives that support the company's strategic goals. According to sources in the wrestling industry, Triple H's creative vision includes providing opportunities for younger talent to develop as well as improving the quality of the in-ring performance. Although it is commendable that WWE is focusing on developing fresh talent, this has allegedly resulted in difficult choices about longtime wrestlers and veterans who may not align with the company's ideals. Keeping some of their more well-known talents on the roster while making room for up-and-coming talent is a delicate balancing act for Triple H. It is not shocking that there has been a shift toward investing in younger talents for the long haul. After all, Triple H is said to have transformed NXT into a breeding ground for talent, where future main roster talents like Bayley, Seth Rollins, and Sasha Banks got their starts. By releasing some of the more seasoned wrestlers, Triple H is making room on the main roster for the younger talent who may one day take their place. Supposedly, Triple H views WWE's development as a game of chess, in which one must make sacrifices in order to construct a stronger future. There have been varying responses to these initiatives, however. Some viewers are glad to see WWE putting an emphasis on developing young talent, while others are concerned that the company is losing the charisma and wisdom of its longtime employees. Thanks to their charm, expertise, and talent in the ring, many devoted fans were hooked to wrestlers like Shelton Benjamin and Dolph Ziggler. Their departure, albeit deliberate, left an obvious hole in WWE's character that fans can't help but notice. The AEW factor. How change is sparked by competition. Without a question, WWE's strategy for managing talent has been impacted by the advent of All Elite Wrestling, AEW. When it comes to storyline versatility and high-energy styles, AEW has finally given WWE a run for their money after decades of dominance. Because of this competition, WWE has rethought its talent strategy and narrative paradigm, creating an ideal setting for Triple H to implement his new ideas. Some have hypothesized that Triple H's unexpected roster shakeup is an attempt to create a new team that can adapt to the ever-changing business landscape while still keeping true to its narrative concept. Triple H may be aiming to build a leaner, more flexible roster that provides new dynamics and personalities by cutting individuals off WWE's roster who may no longer match the company's developing paradigm. Triple H seems to understand the significance of ensuring that WWE remains innovative in light of the ever-changing wrestling scene. In order to focus on stars with great potential for long-term development, WWE may decide to split ways with wrestlers who have already achieved their peak, giving them the opportunity to seek other options. Rumor has it that Triple H is trying to foster an atmosphere that will attract both fans and wrestlers of the future. Triple H's WWE is determined to cultivate stars from the bottom up, tell complicated tales centered on up-and-coming wrestlers, and generate buzz around them rather than depending just on established stars. Following in his footsteps with NXT, WWE seems to be rebranding itself as an organization that invests in its employees' future success rather than relying only on its long history of success. Although the departures of beloved superstars may come as a surprise to fans, these moves may actually pave the way for a more vibrant WWE environment. Due to Triple H's dedication to character development and intricate storytelling, WWE fans can anticipate storylines that are emotionally engaging, have several levels, and have surprising turns. If WWE is serious about making a change, it should put greater stock on ongoing plots and character arc, so viewers can follow the heroes as they go through their adventures. Newer talents will have more opportunities to cement their place in WWE history in the next months, with more storylines highlighting them. Wrestlers that represent Triple H's vision for WWE, like as Gunther, Austin Theory, and LA Knight, should be given more intricate stories and wider platforms. Triple H seems devoted to making sure these charismatic and story-savvy superstars have every chance to succeed, since they are the future of WWE. Furthermore, senior performers who stay with WWE have the opportunity to train new wrestlers and make significant narrative contributions in the process. By doing so, WWE could build a roster that creatively combines young talent with established stars, benefiting from the knowledge and experience of both groups without being too reliant on their in-ring performances. Fans' reactions, anticipation, conjecture, and resistance from the WWE community. Both anticipation and concern have filled the WWE Universe's hearts in light of Triple H's recent transformation. Many WWE fans perceive Triple H's move to fire certain longtime employees as a positive development toward the company's improved future under his leadership. His dedication to promoting up-and-coming talents and broadening WWE's narrative potential is much appreciated by these fans.